Welcome to this lecture. In this lecture I'll be showing you how to use the arrangement view. So the arrangement view is this view here. So this view is to make music, record your sounds, record audio. So the first thing you want to do is get a plugin. I'm going to get the Logic Pro electronic piano. So here is your drop down menu which has all different sounds. So if I choose let's try the Bright Mark II. So you can choose all your sounds through here. Also you can go into your library which is here, and you can choose your sounds through here also as well. We've clicked on a vintage electronic piano which we have here, and that has all the sounds over here in this section as well. If you don't want to use the drop down menu, you can click on your sounds here. I tend to use the drop down menu because it's more easier to use. So your inspector is this window here. So I always leave my inspector on because I like to control the volume, and also I like to put in effects on like your reeds, your touch, and also you got your buses as well. So I'll say to use your inspector, always make sure you leave that on. This is your help button. So if you using Logic Pro for the first time, I say to use this for about a month, leave that on so you get used to Logic Pro. If you go over here, it's like your play button, your record button. It just shows you what button does what on here. So I'll say to try and leave that on if you can. It's your drop down menu bar. So your drop down menu bar is literally a customized toolbar which you can just customize each button yourself. So if you want to have a bounce button where you can bounce your MP3 and export your project, all you need to do is go customize, click on bounce, and you see we've got bounce over here. So if we click on OK and say we record this, record section. So we record that and we want to bounce it. All we will need to do is go to bounce, which is here, go to MP3, go to your desktop and choose Logic Song. It can be any name, but we're just going to choose Logic Song because that's what we want to do. And click on bounce. And what that does, that bounces that to your desktop. So if we go to your desktop, we've got Logic Song here. And also we can customize this toolbar, but I'll be going in a bit more detail on how to use this because this is quite advanced. So if we click off that and we go here, here's your smart controllers. So your smart controllers which adds effects to your sound on your channel. So if we press play, so this just adds sounds effects to it. So if I go up, that tends to be very loud. So it's quite useful to use your effects. I tend to use this sometimes, depends what plugin I'm using. So if you want to come off that, all you need to do is just click off that, and then let's go into your mixer. Your mixer is literally the same channel which is over here. So if we come off that again and we go here, this is your channel and your channel's here as well. But if we go into your mixer, we see the channels there. So if we press play, so this is your volume, and which on this channel here we can put in effects. So this is like your audio effects here. You can put MIDI effects as well. So this is your mixer, and when we go through this course, we're going to be getting more channels ahead, because we're going to be adding sounds like drums, bass, effects as well. So we will be building up as well. So this is like your piano roll. So we've recorded these notes, which is in here. These are all your notes. Let's delete that for now. And also you have your rewind, you have your forwards, and this button here is to go straight to the beginning. So say if you're playing over here, you press play. That'll be playing over here, and say you want to go straight to the beginning, all you need to do is press stop and go that arrow, and that brings it straight to the beginning. That's your play button, and that's your record button, which we used earlier. And this cycle is your loop button. So this cycle is literally, you can create how many bars you want, or how small or how long you want. So if I want to create that smaller, all I will do is go here, make it small. If I want to make it long, I'll go here. Or if I want to move it, I just move it to each place I want to move to. So if we press play, it'll play from that beginning of number 11. So if we go over here first, this is your metronome. So this metronome here, this what keeps you in time when you're making music. And this 1, 2, 3, 4 gives you a 1 bar intro. So if we delete this, and now let's press record, and you're going to hear clicking noises. And all we need to do is go to quantize. Over here is your quantize. This what makes you stay in time, and just neaten up your notes. So you got half notes, you got 1/8, you got 1/16 and 1/32. Most music is 1/16, for like house music or hip hop. So we tend to use 1/16, which I'm going to use. And you got your 1, 2, 3, 4. You're counting. If I didn't have that on and I take that off, and I want to record, it's going to record straight in. So that is too quick for me to record. So all I would need to do is press that down, make sure the purple's on, and also make sure that metronome's on so I'm in time, and press record, and I have 1 bar. So we're in time for that. Let's click this. So this is your tempo. To make it faster, you go up. To make it slow, you go all the way right down. And we will be going in a bit more depth with this toolbar section as well. So here is your editing button. I tend not to use this section a lot. I'll probably use it sometimes if I'm doing certain tracks or live performances. But if we go to your piano roll and click this, drag that, I'm putting some notes. So over here, on the first line is your first note. On the second one is your second note. On the third one is your third note. What I tend to do is use your piano roll. I feel like using the piano roll is a bit more easier, so you can make it smaller or make it longer by using your piano roll. But if you don't want to use your piano roll and you go into your editing button over here, you can click on a note and change the length of the note. Which I think is a longer way to work, but some people like it. And also you can change the velocity up, down is to make it less volume, up is to make it louder. And over here is your signature and your tempo and your marker. So what is that for? So that is for this section over here. See where the down arrow is? You click on that. You have your arrangement, you have your marker, you have your signature, and you have your tempo, which is this section over here. So what you will need to do, if you click on your arrangement and you click on the plus button, that says intro. So this section here is to arrange your song. So if you want to do an 8-bar verse, you can do an 8-bar verse. If you want to make it longer, you can make it longer. So if you want to make it longer, all you need to do is just drag it up or drag it down. And if you want to click on the verse, all you would do is click on that plus arrow, and that's your verse there. So if you're making a song, it's quite handy to have. This is what I normally use because it makes the structure of the song just a bit more easier. And your marker is, I don't really tend to use the marker, but people use the marker as well, which you can record, which you can write. It's quite similar to your arrangement. You can write your marker, write in your intro, or you can write verse, but I tend to use the arrangement to write in. Your signature is what key you're in. So you can see it's got C, and you got C major here, but you can always change the key of the song as well by going over here. You can choose a B minor, and that can change as well. Your tempo is, the tempo over here is 120, and that's 120 here. If I drag it up to 133, that's going to be 133. So let's click off that, and we will be going to a bit more details on how to use this bar here in the later videos. But for now, this is what you need to learn when you're making music in your arrangement view. So I will be showing you later on in the videos and going more into depth on how to use your arrangement view in more depth.